All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. Before I start, I want to give all honors and glories and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Yahweh Kakodash, Yahweh, which is the one true name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, but his one true name is Yahweh Shai. I would like to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, because those are the men who I've learned this truth from through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. Peace, blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect, and shalom to you, sincere brothers, scattered abroad, pushing forth this word in truth and sincerity. I am the brother Mashyach Ira Zakah from the servants of Yahweh Yahweh Shai camp. And before I start this lesson, I was meditating and praying, and I was thinking way back about like 2 months back, 3 months back, where Elder Apostle Ramlov, he did a live lesson, and he said, don't tell brothers to deal with things if you're not experienced, because it's easy to say things in a video, or tell brothers to deal with things, but when it happens to you, you will fall apart. I was really thinking about that. And before I finish this lesson out or start this lesson, those of you that are experiencing certain things, because each and every one of us are experiencing certain things with temptation, all right, do it. But if you are truly a brother that ain't really experiencing certain things, I advise you not to do those things. Talk like you've been experienced for over 30 some years, because we're all experiencing many different stuff. But when it comes to certain things with whatever it is, whatever it may be, and you telling brothers to deal with it, you should really watch what you say, because when it comes on you, you will fall apart if you ain't strong enough in the head. And this lesson is going to be titled as temptation. All right, and we're going to go through things in this truth. We're going to go through a lot of things in this truth, man. And I myself have been experiencing things for the past 4 to 5 days, and I'm just now through the spirit, the Lord has lifted me up to pull me through, you know, and it's just a blessing to still be teaching, even though I'm going through what I'm going through, and going to the courts and getting divorces and all this other shit. So, the water to the Most High first and foremost. So, like it for the rambling. But let's get to the precepts. This is 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. It says, there have no temptation taking you such as common to men, but Yahweh Shemashai is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able. Right? So the Lord is never going to give you too much that you can't handle. All right? The Lord is going to try you just enough, but he's never going to give you too much that you can't handle. All right, but the Lord's going to try you just enough, man. Just like what Elder Manata Zagba was saying in one of his lessons a couple of days back, where he was saying the Lord will send Satan to try you. The Lord, because Satan goes up and he reports all the time. Let me go try your servant. Let me go try him with his woman. I bet he ain't going to teach no more. Let me see, if I have your servant fall out, and see if he'll fall out behind this or behind that. So the Lord does send Satan after you. And one thing I remember from a particular brother, he said, you can't get angry or upset. You can't. You can't get angry or upset about it. You got to just keep pushing, man, and keep doing the will of the Heavenly Father, because it's a test. It says, but will with the temptation also to make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. So the Lord is never going to give you too much that you can't handle, but he's going to give you just enough to try you. And it can be on many different levels with many different things. All right, all you as a Hebrew Israelite, a so-called Negro, Spank, Native American Indian, I'm not going to tell any brother in this lesson to deal with nothing, because I'm going through my own situation. So like, yeah, I'm going through my own situation, but I have the Most High to guide me through that and keep me strong through that. You know what I mean? But brothers out there that's going through things, um, cry out to the Lord, Yahweh Shai. Read scriptures, man, and keep your mind focused. Try to keep your mind sustained with, constantly doing something. If you're doing lessons, and you're done doing lessons, Watch the videos. Once your mind is doing videos, if it's not the Sabbath day, go exercise, go for a walk. Keep your mind occupied or whatever it is that you're going through. Because if you just sit in your room or just sit in your house, you ain't going to do nothing but just think. And then you going to start fucking having all these deep thoughts. And because demons fuck with your head, man. And you got to have a strong mind, man. A very strong one. So like it for the rambling. Matthew 26 and 41. It says, watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. See, and that's one thing that you got to do is watch and pray. And you got to know when you're being tried. You got to know when, you're going through temptation, and I know I'm going through my own temptation, but you want to watch and pray. It says, watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing. See, the spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. The flesh is weak. We go through all these different thoughts. That's why the scriptures say, put off mortal thoughts. Because your mind just have all these thoughts, man. You go through all these thoughts. And those thoughts, man, those mortal thoughts can make you have a vexed spirit, a lowly spirit. A vexed spirit, a depressed spirit, feeling low, and you got to put those off, man. This is James, so like James 1 and 12, it says, blessed is the man that endureth temptation, and that's what it's all about. We're enduring through this because the Lord is trying us, all right? Again, if you're going through stuff, that means that the Lord is dealing with you, and you're being tried, because again, all of us is doing lessons. All of us is, showing ourselves to be prophets, to be men of the Lord on camera. So the Lord is going to try you off of that camera. He's going to try you. Okay, you speaking in my name, you doing my works. Okay, you going out here, you being a living sacrifice. Let me try you here. Let me try you there. Let me see what you're going to do there. Let me see if I send Satan to bug your woman out, she leave you. If you're going to continually glorify me. Let me see if you lose your job. You're going to continue to glorify me. Let's see if I could try you here with your finances. You're going to continue to glorify me, And this is how the Lord works, But you still got to endure those afflictions, I'm not going to tell you deal with it, all right? Because I'm not experienced. I'm experiencing certain things, but not a lot. So I'm not going to tell no brother to deal with that, Salakia, If I ever told brothers to deal with things, Salakia. My apologies, Salakia, because I'm going through my own things. This is James 1 and 12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation. See, so blessed is the man that endureth temptation. It says, for when he is tried, for when he is tried, he shall receive a crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. And that's the thing, we have to endure through these trials and tribulations. We have to endure through temptation. We got to continually be strong. Because at the end of the day, all of this is, these trials, these temptations, your woman leaving you for being in the truth, you're going through whatever it is, mentally, spiritually, physically, whatever it is that you brothers is going through out there. The Lord is trying you, all right? Because he loves you. The Lord is trying us to see, testing us. Because the Lord will send Satan after you, man. Salakia. Got a little tickle in my throat. Salakia. Mark 14:38. It says, watch ye and pray, lest ye enter into temptation. The spirit is truly ready, but the flesh is weak. That's why you got to keep this flesh under control. And one way to do that is by fasting and praying. Fasting and praying, brothers. Fasting and praying. This is James 1 and 3. Knowing this, that the trying of your faith, knowing this, that the trying of your faith individually, all right, worketh patience. And that word patience, it goes into the Greek word of hupomene, which means consistency or endurance. All right, so you got to be consistent in this truth. You can't let nothing stop you from glorifying the Lord. All right. Again, you can't let nothing stop you from glorifying the Lord. All right. I lost a woman recently. All right. She left me for being in the truth. All right. She got upset because I was, you know, always focused on the scriptures, you know. And I share a little thing, if you have a woman, never teach her the truth. Never teach. My advice to you brothers out there: if you have a woman, do not teach her the truth, bro. Because when she hears a thing of us having more than one woman in this truth, it bugs them out. All right. So yeah, again, like I can't tell you what to do with your relationship, Salakia, but I advise you, brothers. I'm just saying, from my opinion, because I came into the truth of my woman when she was, and she started bugging out. So I'm giving you high, brothers, of an opinion of my own. If you have a woman, do not give her the truth. All right. If she wants to learn, then she wants to learn. Don't force it upon her. Don't try to get her into the truth, because it's not meant for a woman to get it. They will bug out. All right. They will bug out. This is James 1 and 2. My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations. And that's the truth. Count it all joy. At that moment, it's not joyful, but when everything is cooled down and you pray into the Lord, you're going to rejoice in that. Why? Because that lets you know that the Lord is dealing with you, man. That lets you know that the Lord is dealing with you. And I got a precept. This is Hebrews. We're going to go to Hebrews 12 and 6. Hebrews chapter 12. And we're going to start at verse 6. Because the Lord will send Satan after you. All right. Again, and you cannot get angry or upset. You just got to pray to the Lord and ask the Lord to deliver you out of that situation. And now, again, I'm going through my own situations, man. All right. This is Hebrews 12 and 6. Salakia. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 6. For whom the Lord loveth, he chastiseth. Right. For who the Lord loveth, he chastiseth. The Lord will send Satan after you. And when you're going through temptation, you can't get angry or upset. Even for myself. All right. And scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. Verse 7. If ye endure chastising, if ye endure chastising, Yahweh Shai dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chastised not? Right. Because if ye endure chastising, that means that the Lord is dealing with you, man. If you're a Jake that can't handle temptation, all right. All right. And what I mean by handle is being able to endure through it, because I'm not going to say deal with it. All right. I can't tell anybody to deal with nothing if I'm not dealing with my own trials and tribulations and temptation. All right. If you're a Jake that can't endure through if you're a Jake that can't endure through temptation, then maybe you're not the elect. Maybe you were just the called and not the chosen. All right. Because in verse 7, this is why I say this. Hebrews 12 and 7. If ye endure chastising, Yahweh Shai deals with you as with sons. So if you're able to endure through temptation, that means that the Lord is dealing with you. All right. The Lord has put the Spirit on you to be able to overcome it and deal with it. And not deal with it, get through it. Salakia. Salakia again. I just slipped out. Salakia. To be able to succeed through it. Salakia again. For what son is he whom the Father chastised not? Verse 8. But if ye be without chastisement, if ye be without chastisement, meaning you're not going through nothing, everything is just great. Your marriage, your bills, finances, mentally, your mind is strong. Nothing is wrong with you. Everything is just going terrific, satisfying. All right. It says, but if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons. That means that the Lord is not dealing with you. Salakia, that was my alarm. That means that the Lord is not dealing with you. All right. If you are Jake and you're not going through nothing, clearly the Lord is not dealing with you. All right. So hey, man, I'm in it there with that. I want to give honors and glories and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Yahweh Kakwadash, Yahweh, which is the one true name of the Heavenly Father, Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, but his one and true name is Yahushua. I would like to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, because those are the men who I've learned this truth from through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. Peace, blessings, salutations to the whole full elect. And shalom to you, sincere brother, scattered abroad, push forth this word in truth and sincerity. I am the brother Mashyach Ira Zakah from the servants of Yahweh Shai Camp, Las Vegas, Nevada branch. And pretty much, again, brothers out there, again, if you are Jake and you're not experienced, all right, do not talk like you're experienced, like what Elder Apostle Ramlov said, because I'm letting you know now from what I experienced, you talking like you're experienced, and it happens to you, and you ain't got a strong mind, you will start falling apart. So I'm just letting any brother out there know that come across this video, when you talk about temptation, don't talk like you're experienced, all right? And you ain't really, experienced like you claim to be, So, Lord, one is that so edifying. I want to give all honors and glories, praise to Yahweh Shai Bashem Kakodash, and again, double honors to the elders, apostle, Great Millstone, and to the sincere brothers out there. Lord, one is that so edifying. Until next time, I say, Shalom.